WWE NXT Halloween Havoc, Saturday, October 25th, 2025. Let's get right into it. They kicked the PLE off with Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus who?
La Parka and Mr. Iguana.
Two AAA legends right now doing their thing, and y'all already know how the young OGs get down. And let me just tell you, this was a great match to kick off Halloween Havoc. When Javon Evans came out, he grabbed the skeleton. They had the whole the Halloween Havoc prop set up and the Halloween stuff out there. La Parka, Mr. Iguana, they had their costumes on. And Javon and Leon Slater kind of had matching tag team gear. But other than that, it was a lot of dancing going on in this match. A lot of dancing. La Parka was hitting them dance moves. Javon Evans, Leon Slater. It was just a lot of heavy hitting match though. A lot of big chops, a lot of big kicks. La Parka, man, he hit them with a big moonsault to land outside the ring on top of them. And you know, Mr. Iguana, he was playing his iguana games. He had the iguana throwing it at him, beating him with it. All kind of stuff was going on, man. Leon Slater, though, he had a lot of crazy moves he was hitting them with. He one of the best ones out there, flipping over the ropes, doing full front flips over the top ropes, landing all kind of big moves. But Mr. Iguana, he was doing all kind of little sneaky maneuvers, hitting it with the iguana, biting them with it and hitting them with it, and they was doing the chopping each other in the chest, and it was you know how the iguana do. But La Parka, the legendary La Parka, doing his thing. He one of my favorite luchador style wrestlers. It was just a great match all over the board. Everybody was going at it. Everybody pretty much had their own styles. The young OGs though, you already know how they get down, man. It was just too much speed, too much athleticism, too much young OG, too much bounciness going on. And it was so much going on in the midst of everything. Leon Slater messed around and caught him with that Swanton 450. And the young OGs got that win. What did you think about this match, man? Javon and Leon versus LA, La Parka and Mr. Iguana.
This was a pretty good match. I liked it.
It's a good way to start off NXT. And the young OGs got that victory easily. After that though, they had Zarya and Sol Ruka in the back, pretty much talking about their match later on. And Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane walked up on them in the back, pretty much getting ready for Tatum Paxley had a big title match that night. And then after that, we're gonna get straight into the second match of the night. They had Dr. Wagner versus Ethan Page, and this is for the North American Championship. And we're not gonna spend too much time on this.
This was a Day of the Dead match.
Day of the Dead match. Yep, exactly. For Halloween Havoc, they had a Day of the Dead match, and this was definitely a hard hitting match. A lot of crazy points, weapons. It was darker in the arena when they was fighting, and they went back and forth.
Dr. Wagner got his mask ripped off.
And that was one of the biggest points of the match, and he continued to fight even with the mask ripped off. And it wasn't completely ripped off his entire face. It was the whole top portion was ripped off, over his forehead all the way to the top of his head. So you seen his whole top half of his face, but it wasn't completely ripped off. But he stayed strong, and they went back and forth at it all the way through the whole match. But Ethan caught him with that twisted grin off the turnbuckle through the table, and he ended up getting that victory and retaining the North American title. And he completely embarrassed Dr. Wagner. What did you think about this match, man? Ethan Page versus Dr. Wagner.
This match was definitely worth watching. Ethan Page, man, all ego.
After that though, Kalani, she was in her own locker room. If you don't know, in the last episode of NXT, they did Kalani dirty, man. They kicked her out. They had her in the back by herself. She got her own locker room, but it seemed to be the best thing for her at this point, because she definitely been doing her thing. She got the TNA Championship title, and she doing her thing to the max. That's 100% facts. And then Jordan Grace walked back in there on her, and she was pretty much letting her know that she getting too cocky, and she thinks she the stuff because she got that TNA title. She got in Kalani face, and she said, you need to watch how you talking and all that, she was dressed as Velma too from Scooby Dooby Doo, and Kalani had a costume on too. I wasn't quite sure she was, but once Jordan Grace got in her face, Kalani they kind of got some slick words, and Jordan Grace let her know that she gonna be fighting her next week for that title after she get next week and she gonna fight her for that title and win that TNA title back. And Kalani, she said some disrespectful stuff to her, and Jordan Grace ended up smacking Kalani, smacking her hard too, right in her face. Kalani definitely didn't deserve that.
Yo, she definitely deserved that. She got what she deserved, filthy traitor. Stay in your personal locker room and never come out.
Kalani definitely didn't deserve that. But after that, the third match of the night, we had Blake Monroe versus who?
Zarya.
And this was for a title. Can you explain what's the title situation with this match?
So since Sol Ruka is injured, she cannot defend her North American Championship. So she has Zarya defend it for her against Blake.
Yeah, you already know she had Zarya defended, and Zarya was amped up. She was ready. She had her Halloween like costume. She had like half of her face painted. I don't know if did Blake Monroe dress up for Halloween?
I don't think so.
I don't think she did either, and neither did I don't think Soul did either. She might have had some face paints. I'm not sure, but she definitely had that leg brace on, and I think she had a crutch on out there. But yeah, they was going back and forth. This was a really good match. Zarya, she showed a lot of good moves, and she can do her thing. You know, Blake Monroe, she definitely she like a hardcore technical wrestler. She done been in some of the craziest matches you can imagine, and she had that little pick that she be using. And you already know she definitely was looking to cheat. But through the midst of all of that, one thing Zarya, she keep making the mistake every time something happened to Soul, whether it's outside the ring, inside the ring, wherever. She has a habit of stopping everything she do. It don't matter what it is. She even will eliminate herself to go check on another grown woman that just took a bump or something. And that's pretty much what happened. They was fighting, and then they kind of got outside the ring, and Blake and Zarya walked past Soul, and Blake kind of like tripped the crutch from under Sol Ruka, and Zarya was just so baffled by that. She had to go check on it. She ended up getting her ass beat. Blake Monroe caught her with that glamour shot, two of them, one on the outside, and she caught her with another one in the DDT, making Blake Monroe the winner, and she the new NXT Women's North American Champion. What did you think about this match, man?
I am so glad that Sol Ruka finally lost that title.
Sol Ruka technically didn't lose it, though. Zarya lost it.
Still.
Sol Ruka looked real disappointed, man. And Zarya, she is like certified jobber status. She done lost so many matches now. It's crazy, man. I thought Zarya was gonna be a real threat. If you look at her intro, it looks super cold. When they hyped her up just as much as they hyped up Julia, what was that? Stephanie Velcro and Jordan Grace. Zarya was in that mix too, but now she dropped way down on that card, and it got real bad for Zarya. But yeah, she lost. Blake Monroe is the new champ. It is what it is. But after that, they showed St. Clair in the back talking to Kendall Gray and Carmen Petrovich in the back. And St. Clair, if you don't know, last week she got into it with Lash Legend, and Kendall Gray stood up for her, and she was telling everybody about it. She was so excited. She was on the phone FaceTiming who's the dude, the leader of the Q squad?
The Ren QCC?
Yeah.
You mean Charlie Dempsey?
Yeah, young Charlie Dempsey. She was telling her she's just been bragging about it forever. And then Lash actually walked up, and her and Kendall stepped to her again. And they, some kind of way, they got a match coming up this Tuesday. Kendall wants to put the title on the line against Lash and fight Lash this Tuesday in honor of Ren St. Clair. Who you got winning that match and why?
I really, really want Lash to win, but I have a weird feeling she's going to lose.
Yeah, I don't know. It's for the Evolve Women's Championship. Make sure y'all definitely check that out. That might get super, super crazy. But after that, though, they showed the Cullen walking in the back. And I swear, you seen the look. You seen the look that Tatum Paxley had in her eyes when she was walking to the ring. She had a real serious look in her eyes. She had red contact lenses too. Her Halloween costume was on point. I like her outfit was a fire. What you think about that Tatum Paxley costume outfit?
That was amazing. But she looked like she could be in a mixed tag group with Ethan Page due to their similar outfits.
Yeah, shouts out to Tatum Paxley though. She had her game face on when she was walking to the ring. Her and the whole color, and they was dressed in all white. Izzy Dane was looking good. And then they showed Fatal Influence walking to the ring. All of them was looking good. 3 baddies, you already know, looking all good. And the one,
Only 2
the original baddie herself, young JC Jane, the women NXT champion, was looking so good, doing her thing.
Stop the cap.
Ready to go ahead and get it started. And that's pretty much what happened. The Cullen came out first, then Fatal Influence, and then they got right into the match. Tatum Paxley versus JC Jane for the women's NXT championship. And let me just tell you, this was a great match. This is one of the best matches, man, that I've seen in a while for NXT women's championship. Y'all already know Langley Reed was helping out. She was helping out. It was a hard hitting match. JC Jane was super vicious. It was at the point she was beating Tatum Paxley ass, doing her dirty, to the point where the crowd was saying JC Jane sucks. They was saying they was talking, trying to do her dirty. JC Jane was really catching her nasty though. She was beating her ass toward a big part of the fight, and Tatum Paxley was able to come back and hit her with moves, and then the crews kept getting involved. The Cullen, Nico, and Sean Spears. And then Lacey, what was her name? Langley Reed and Fallon Henley kept getting involved. It got so crazy to the point where they kept getting into it and mixing up. The referee was pissed off. He ended up kicking both teams out, and it was getting crazy, man. It got to a point where it was just one-on-one. Izzy Dame got kicked out. The whole Cullen got kicked out. Fatal Influence got kicked out. So JC Jane, she didn't have nobody to look to, and neither did Tatum Paxley. So it was 1-on-1, and it was getting crazy. It came to one point where Tatum Paxley, she hit JC Jane with a rolling encore out of nowhere. Then she got on the turnbuckle, caught her with the 450 splash, the 450, but young. The beautiful JC Jane.
She is the complete opposite of beautiful.
She kicked out. The teams ended up coming back out there. The referee was so distracted with the Cullen trying to get back out there. And then Fallon Henley and them jumped on their back. The young Izzy Dame slipped through. She grabbed the title. And what happened, man, with that?
She looked like she was about to hit Tatum Paxley with the title. She went for him. Tatum Paxley moved out the way. She tried to actually hit JC. JC caught her with a rolling encore.
Nasty
one.
Nasty. She damn near tried to knock Izzy Dame head off. And then Tatum Paxley took full advantage of that and caught her with her finisher. And Tatum Paxley got that young victory. And y'all already know what that means. Tatum Paxley got that pin for the win. She the NXT, new women's NXT champion, man. What did you think about this match, Tatum Paxley versus JC Jane for this women's NXT title?
This was a great match. This proves that JC Jane cannot win without Fatal Influence. But bye, JC. Nobody likes you. It's back to JC Jobber Jane. Shout outs to Tater Tot, Tatum Paxley.
The JC Jane train is officially over.
Ayo.
It was a JC Jane summer. It was a JC Jane fall so far. JC Jane was doing her thing, and she was looking good while she was doing it.
No, she wasn't.
JC Jane, I'm going to miss you being a champion. We going to miss you being the champion.
I'm not.
JC Jane, she lost. I'm upset. I'm mad about that.
You shouldn't be upset. You should be happy.
But she will be back. Best believe this is not going to be the last for the young, beautiful JC Jane. She will be back. Make sure y'all keep an eye on that. But shout out to Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley was looking good. And she the new champion. NXT finna be different now. We got a new North American Women's Champion and a new women's. This is crazy. Blake Monroe and Tatum Paxley finna definitely change things up for NXT. It's finna be crazy. But after Tatum Paxley got that belt, they went into Miles Bourne backstage talking to Ava. Ava was dressed up as a devil, as usual. You already know what Ava be on. You already know. But Tavion Heights walked up in there in some kind of way. They said him and Miles Bourne kind of slightly not got into it, but they had like a little disagreement. It turned out to they finna have a match next week. Who you got? Miles Bourne or Tavion Heights? Yeah, Tavion Heights, Miles Bourne. I don't know, man. I got Miles Bourne for this one, just point blank simple. But after that, though, we got a big matchup, a huge matchup. Tag team action for the tag team belts. We got Dark State versus the Hardy Boys for the NXT Tag Team Championships in a broken rules match. Crazy. Let's just get right into it. Jeff Hardy, man, going crazy off the rip, man. Jeff Hardy was doing them dirty. Matt was doing them dirty. It was feeling like it was 99 all over again. Early in the match, he slammed Osiris big ass through a table. Osiris didn't have no pants on as usual. It was confusion about which Dark State was going to be, which Dark State members was going to actually be fighting. It was pretty much a 2-on-4 through the whole match. And they had the Halloween themed tables with the painted Halloween pumpkin on there. It was so many crazy spots in this match. This was one of the greatest matches I ever seen on an NXT PLE in the history, man. This was a crazy match. It was getting so crazy. It came to one point where Jeff was on the ladder. No, Jeff was on a turnbuckle. Matt was on a ladder. He hit him with a swanton bomb and a leg drop through the table at the same time. They called who they put through with them tables like that?
Saquon Sugars and Cutler James.
They did them dirty. I mean, it felt like 99 all over again. A swanton bomb through the table and a Matt Hardy leg drop. They had them sitting out for a long time when they caught them like that. But Dark State, they was able to recover because they got 4 members, Osiris and Dion Lennox. They was catching the Hardy Boys every single time they got distracted. Every time they did a big move, they was beating the Hardys down. They even did the Dudley special, the 3D on Matt Hardy. And Osiris, he had slammed Jeff Hardy through the barricade. They was beating these old man up, man. They was really doing them dirty. But Jeff Hardy, we was able to land another good swanton bomb. Couldn't get the victory though. It was just so much craziness going back to back. Once Jeff, he got up on the 20-foot ladder. They had Osiris on the table outside while Jeff crawled the 20-foot ladder. Old as he is, got all the way up there to the very top to hit that swanton bomb. They had Osiris on the table. And what happened with that, man?
Osiris Griffin rolled off the table, and Jeff Hardy went through both tables, almost killed himself.
Crash landing. After that, Jeff Hardy was never the same. He eventually got back in the ring, but they was beating his ass too bad. Beating him down. Matt Hardy, he was tired. He got his ass beat. They was able to land a few twist of fates and stuff, but it wasn't enough. They had hung Matt Hardy on the upside down on the corner of the ring, on the turnbuckle part. And then Dion Lennox got on that same 20-foot ladder. And Osiris Griffin, he had picked up, who was it? Jeff. It was Jeff Hardy, already super damaged. And they caught him with a doomsday off the ladder, through the table, and got that young pin for the win. And Dark State is the new NXT Tag Team Champions once again, beating the Hardy Boys, man. What did you think about this match?
This was a great match. I am so glad the Hardys lost. Just retire, boomers. Get out of here.
I'm so proud of the Hardy Boys. They did a great job. They still got a lot of fight in them. Still holding it down for all these years. They legends.
They're deleted from NXT.
They are legends. Delete. I was chanting that so many different times in the match because I wanted them to win. But hey, look at it like this. Even though they lost, I'm still happy. They still got their TNA belts. Dark State will be getting what's coming to them soon. But yeah, shout out to Dark State. They young on the coming. They beat the Hardy Boys. Yeah, so up. They 1-1 now. We got to do the tiebreaker now. Let the Cardi Boys get another crack at them at deadline or something. But we'll see. But after Dark State beat the Hardys, they had Leon Slater and Javon Evans in the back. They was watching closely, and they was pretty much talking about how Jeff Hardy and Matt should have let them come out there, so it would have evened it up. It would have been like more of a form foe if they would have been out there just for their support. And they had an idea that they should, be like a real official tag team, and they should try and compete against Dark State for them tag team titles, man. Who you got winning that in that match? Leon Slater and Javon Evans or Dark State?
Dark State.
Well, anyway, after that, El Grande was talking big shit, man. Young El Grande, Americano. They got the speed championships coming up in the qualifying rounds and all that. They got Axiom versus what's dude's name? Jasper Troy. Who you got winning against Jasper Troy and Axiom?
Jasper.
Yeah, but El Grande was talking about he gonna beat both of their ass. Whoever win, it don't matter. But after that, we gonna get into the main event of the night for the Men's NXT Championship. The Men's NXT Championship. The top title you can hold on the brand right now for NXT. Ricky Saints got that. So you got young Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints for that title. And man, let's just get right into it, man. Out the gate, Trick Williams, he was beating Ricky Saints' ass through the whole match. He had even cut Ricky Saints right above his right eye. Ricky Saints was bleeding. He bust Ricky Saints' lip. Ricky Saints was bleeding from his lip. Ricky Saints had bruises and marks all over his body from being thrown around and chopped and kicked and kneed, getting his ass beat. Ricky Saints even slammed him through the announce table out of nowhere, just beating his ass. In some kind of way, Ricky Saints was just hanging through the whole match. Every now and then, he'll hit a DDT or a little German or something, or a lot of neck breakers and DDTs. That's a lot of his move base consists of that. Trick Williams was landing a lot of big shots, though. He caught him with trick shots. He caught him with some nasty elbows, roundhouse kicks. He caught him with the bookend. Everything Booker T did back in the day, Ricky Saints was getting caught by Trick Williams. Trick Williams was studied Booker T all the way from every move to the spinning Roni, to the dreadlocks, the way he throw his kicks, all of that. And he was caught Ricky Saints with all of that. Ricky Saints was literally getting his ass beat. You for sure thought Ricky Saints was going to lose when he got his ass beat, bloody, and Trick Williams caught him with a trick shot. But some kind of way, Ricky Saints, he mustered up the strength, kicked out, and kept moving. Ricky Saints, man, he showed a lot of heart in this match. He went in straight spam DDT mode, started catching Trick Williams with some DDTs, hit him with a couple of tornado DDTs, and he hit him with that one final last tornado DDT. Trick, he took a lot of damage before through the whole match, but not as much as Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints literally got his ass beat to a bloody mess. But Ricky Saints, he wiped that blood off of him and started beating Trick Williams bad. And when he caught him with that final tornado DDT, it was over. Trick couldn't do nothing with it. And Ricky got that pin for the win and retained. And Ricky Saints is officially retained that NXT Men's Championship, and he's at the top of the brand doing this thing, man. He beat Trick Williams, no help, no weapons. He overcame getting busted open, and he did his thing. Ricky Saints is the winner. What did you think about this match, man, between Ricky Saints and Trick Williams?
This was a great match, and Trick Williams, you are nothing compared to Ricky Saints. You got Lash Legend, but you still nothing compared to Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints, he did it. Nothing I can say, man. He fought a hard battle. He took a lot of damage, and he still came out on top and beat Trick Williams. I'm happy for him. Ricky Saints, He did it. He beat Trick. He can cross him off his list. Who knows if they'll fight again? We got Deadline coming up in December, and we got the NXT Gold Rush coming up in some weeks. But speaking of all that, man, Halloween Havoc, it's a wrap, man. They did what they did 2025, man. What did you think of this Halloween Havoc 2025, man? What you think of this one?
This was way better than the one they had last year. By the way, at the end of this one, Tatum Paxley was celebrating backstage.
Tatum Paxley was celebrating backstage after after Ricky Saints got his victory. They showed the Cullen backstage, and Tatum Paxley was turned up on 100, just happy as hell with them red contact lenses. Tatum Paxley be looking good too. She was looking extra good. She got the title. The title fit. It looked good on her too. Izzy Dame though, you could see that jealousy. And she definitely the leader of the Cullen. Because Sean Spears and Nico, they don't say shit. I ain't heard them say nothing in about 2-3 months now. It's all Izzy and Tatum. They in the back burner now. But Tatum celebrate. Ricky, he's celebrating tonight. Blake Monroe, you know he's celebrating tonight. The young OG, the young OG celebrating. Dark State, you already know, man. This was a great night for NXT. Halloween Havoc, they definitely came and delivered. This was definitely better than WrestlePalooza and Crown Jewel. This was better than a lot of pay-per-views I've seen. I gotta put it up with probably top 5 pay-per-views that have happened this year. So far, Evolution has been my favorite one though. But yeah, Halloween Havoc 2025 was fire. It was definitely worth the watch. Make sure y'all check out some of them highlights, man, because man, it was a lot of fire spots. What was your favorite match of the night?
It would probably have to be Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus La Parka and Mr. Iguana.
Oh, the first match of the night?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good match. My favorite match, 100%, that Hardy Boys Dark State match. That was a classic. I might watch it again later this week. But yeah, man, this was a good week for wrestling right here. NXT came in. They did their thing. Don't forget, we got Saturday night main event next week. And it's been announced Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill is going to fight there. Jade is back. So make sure y'all already know it's going to be crazy. We got Saturday night main event, NXT Gold Rush, NXT Deadline, and Survival Series. These are all the next big pay-per-views coming up. It's finna get crazy, y'all. NXT, SmackDown, Raw. It's going down, man. They keep coming with the PLEs. This whole ESPN deal has been not good, $30 a month. But that's why I like Peacock is still holding. Like, you can watch Saturday night main event on Peacock this Saturday. So make sure y'all stay tuned because it's finna get crazy. Message of the day.
So I bought a bag of potatoes, and when I opened the potatoes, there are a bunch of regular potatoes, but one specific potato had some white and red face paint on it. Why? I don't know.